Frame 9.
Ding to break off
Ding
this
to wait to
ninth
break.
and deciding frame. And applies in every frame, but certainly in this frame. Trying to get the first chance, and Ding has done exactly what Alfie did in the last frame. It's hard to describe how careless that is.
1.
It's bad enough to leave your opponent a red from distance. But for both players to have broken off, it's such an important stage of the match. Leave that simple red into the middle is just criminal. Again, he can have no excuses or complaints, Ding, if Alfie was to go on and win in one visit like Ding did in the last frame.
And there was such a nice little corridor for that cue ball to find in that pack of reds there. You can see just above and to the right of the black, a little gap between two reds. If you get into them with plenty of screw back, you're going to draw another red out, and he did do. Beautifully played, took the opportunity to attack straight away. It's amazing how many times we see that red come up the table. I think it's something to do with the new cloths as well. You never really see it as the tournament goes on, but when the cloths are new, you always seem, when a player just mishits that break off, that red coming up the table, crippling to see if it's you that has just broken off, particularly
17.
as this is a deciding frame.
Yeah, at the top level of professional snooker, players are always looking for that little edge
24.
to get better. How about for starters, just don't leave your opponent a red, and certainly a simple red from your break-off. I'd love to see a statistic for the amount of frames that are lost in the pro game just from the break-off alone. I'd guess, I'd say it's around about the 10% mark.
Extended.
And there's been two bad examples of it in this match. Again, the bottom line is Alfie's in position. He's got the chance he wanted. Can he keep himself together?
Five.
Couldn't ask for a much better chance. Still got the simple red, another 4 reds out in the open.
32. $33.
Yeah, he should be at least 50 points to the good before he has any thoughts of getting into those reds. He will need the reds a little more open than they are. That's a pretty decent shot to just nudge another one beyond the pink, which makes it possible to right corner.
41.
Slightly overcut that, and as a result lost the white. And as a result of that, he left the yellow
41.
more difficult than it should have been. You still fully expect him to pot it. He's such a big margin for error with the white, but the damage was done on the simple red.
请保持安静，谢谢。
After he played that red, the next colour should have been unmissable.
Never really threatened the pocket either, did it? The yellow from Alfie Burden. And worse, the fact the yellow came down the table and opened the reds up for Ding. Oh, but he's missed the black. That was very thin. What a sigh of relief.
Thank you.
Alfie Burden, I'm sure, has just let out in the arena. When he's missed that yellow, I'm sure he'd have been fearing the worst, but the fact that Ding just potted the red thin to right middle meant he lost the cue ball a touch, made that black missable. This would be a big upset. A big win for Alfie Burden in a season where he desperately needs results.
One.
Wants to be high on the blue, but still has enough an angle. Should be able to get in and out of balk and be on a red. But there was pressure at the start of this frame, being the sider, and those couple of mistakes from both players have just added to the pressure.
6.
46 ahead, Alfie, but still needs a few more reds. Just coming down to see, is their position? Does that red to the right of the pink, past the pink? Yeah, he'd love to be able to just pot the red and screw back, leave a little angle on the blue, but looks like he's going to be screwing back towards the blue. And while the black is very close to the pocket, still on the cushion. So not that easy to get from the black and into the pack to disturb them. Yeah, you can just see that little angle. If he screws back, he'll cannon the blue. Would love to be either side of the blue.
Seven.
He's played that shot well. Give himself a greater margin for error. Checking the scoreboard again. This brown will put him 51 ahead. Certainly be a bonus if that red is potable to the left middle.
Needs the cue ball to run, and it has. He's got there.
11.
Now, a little angle on this red would be ideal if he could just push through the other red and potentially promote one more.
You also feel if he needed it, he ran a slightly out position. Where the black is, you feel like yellow is unmissable. Such a big pocket to be able to pot it off the black. Well, that's just very careless there. Came down just to have a little look at the black.
11.
Then didn't really line up the shot properly. Just casually got down. That's a very bad miss. There's no pressure on that shot. It's 51 ahead, but
Nice pot from Ding to the yellow bag. I'm still trying to work out the shot that Alfie Burden has just played there, because even had he have potted the black, it would have been a bit of a job to have landed on a red without pushing one into play. So possibly missed a trick there, Alfie Burden. Well, he did miss a trick because he's missed the red. For starters, he didn't set himself properly, as Fergus said. Well, there's a plan, and this will bring everything into play.
Nine.
Crowd have been fairly subdued during the match, but they sense the importance of this visit and opportunity. They don't want their hero going out in first round.
15.
Yeah, I thought he might have left himself parallel with the black, so in potting the black he could have disturbed the red beside the pink. I suppose he'll just be grateful to be at the table. Again, from very unlike him, from absolutely nowhere.
22.
He's left this red missable. This will require good cueing.
Yeah, another good pot from Ding, but that red beneath the pink will not pass. He needs to flick it into play somehow, and from where he's finished, I don't think he's quite able to do that. It was the shot, 2 shots prior, that was the poor one. As Fergal said, he needed to be much lower on that black to leave a guaranteed angle. They've made a good attempt there, but the approach for me was
30.
not well thought out from Ding. He was relying a lot on good fortune there to land. He was never guaranteed. Had he played the cannon from the back black 2 shots previous, he would have had a red available. So this frame is going right to the wire. It's what we love to see, isn't it? Tense one.
30.
He has left Alfie this red. And he can play it as a shot to nothing. Just commit, get the pot, get control. He's up off it a little bit there. That's just a sure sign of the pressure. Yeah, but it was a shot to nothing, and he hasn't left it on. So Alfie in his position, 21 ahead. The yellow's fairly safe. As best he can is just try and kind of compose himself. Just play a little mini game. Try and pot the next red. Those mistakes and chances he's had, it'd be hard for him to forget those. Just adds to, if he was to get another opportunity, just adds even more pressure to that. It'd be a tough defeat for him to take, having had those chances.
Well, a disastrous cannon from the red to brown. Leaving this red on to left middle for Alfie. I think the way this game's gone, it deserved a decider. It's been very difficult to choose between the players. And it looks like it's going all the way.
1.
So 22 points to the good Alfie Burden. 27 with the blue, only needs the red. Doesn't need to do anything heroic with this. Just don't miss the pot.
6.
And in goes the red, and just at the wrong time there on his backswing, a little bit of noise in the arena didn't affect him. Nicely done, Alfie Burden. What a victory this is.
He just wants to make sure. 32 ahead. Just drop this in. I think you need 3 snookers.
13.
Any couple of chances earlier on in this frame. Didn't make the most of them. But you have to say, this has been an excellent win for Alfie Burden.
16.
Hasn't played his very best, but he's been under pressure playing Ding. Under pressure ranking-wise. A great win from him.
Alfred Bowden, 16.